Welcome. In this little mini series, we're going to go over the basics of Tai Chi. So we're going to work on posture and alignment. We're going to talk about our turning from our spine or our waist, as we say. We're going to work through some Qigong or wellness exercises, which actually are Tai Chi exercises as well. And then we're going to build a great solid foundation with our footwork and learning how to shift our weight. This is where that balance portion of Tai Chi really comes into. So there's going to be a lot going on in this, but we're going to gradually work into it. So let's start with why should we practice? We should practice to help increase energy flow, strength, flexibility, and balance. We just get an improved overall well-being, and it's a practice that can last a lifetime without age limitations, and it can also be adapted for injuries. So in this little series, we're going to do some standing work, but we're also going to show some seated positions just to kind of make that point that no matter where you are in life, you can still practice Tai Chi. Are you ready? Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is work through some basic warm-ups. So these are just gentle things to get energy moving through your body and just kind of hit some major joints for energy flow. I want you to first take a moment and look down at your feet. Are they shoulders width apart and perfectly straight? Most people stand with their feet at some sort of direction. If you have floorboards in your home, this is the perfect opportunity to use them. So follow those floorboards and then take a moment. I want you to check in on where your feet actually are in terms of the weight. So if we're on our heels, our legs are probably locked out and we have this lovely kink in our lower back. We might be too heavy on the balls, and then we have a lot of bend in our knees. We want to find the center of our foot. The center means from front to back and left to right. Center the weight on your whole foot. This also comes into play with our knee alignment. So if our knees are turned in, the weight is going to be spilled into the arches of our feet. So we want to make sure that our knees follow the foot direction. Then we want to make sure that our lower back is not locked out. So we have soft knees and our hips are level. So we're not sticking our tailbone out or tucking too much. Can you find center? Now I know this is a lot of information when we first start, but this is where we need to start. Tai Chi is going to seep into every part of your life, and it's going to help you heal your body from the inside out through this proper alignment. So now let's get into those warm-ups. Start by relaxing the shoulders, and we're just going to find some gentle turning of the waist. Your goal right now is that turn of the spine. Shoulders are hanging down, and our head is lifting up. We're just letting the arms do whatever they're going to do. Now, if we're doing this in a chair, we can do the exact same thing, but we just won't turn as much. We'll kind of turn with some intention back and forth. But the goal is to warm up through the spine. Now, depending on how you feel, you could actually turn and lift your heel, getting a little bit of hip movement in as well. But listen to your body. Make sure you're taking some nice deep breaths. Try to fill the lungs fully, and then as you exhale, navel to spine. This is one of the best ways to bring energy through our body in just a couple of breaths. So now, bringing in a little bit more Tai Chi, we're going to start slowing down that turning. So we're going to slow it down. We're going to notice how the arms start to slow down until eventually we make our way back to center. So next we're going to get into the shoulders. You could roll the shoulders together, really squeezing the shoulder blades together. You could alternate one side and then the other. You could bring in some large arm circles or single large arm circles. This is going to be based on how your shoulders feel. So every day is different. What do your shoulders need to open up the energy? So let's do a couple more rounds going back. Still some nice deep breaths, just opening through the chest and the shoulders here. And then we're going to go forward. So now we're going to circle and we're going to go forward. So our goal now is to pull the shoulder blades apart. And you can do the same options. You could alternate. You could do some large arm circles. You could do single large arm circles. What is your body feeling called to do? What do you need to help open up through the shoulders? Now we all need to go back a little bit more than we go forward. So now return to that backward circle, forward, up, back, and down. Squeeze those shoulder blades. One more time. Coming down, lift it up to your ears and throw them down. This is a great way to release any tension that you might be holding in the neck and shoulders area. So next we're going to work into the hips. So hands could be on the hips. You could place the palms on the lower back if that feels good for you. You could just let your arms kind of free swing like me. The goal is just to find some rotation. So we're going to push out to the side, around to the other side, and then back. You could really make this a large circle, kind of really leaning into it. Or you can make it a smaller circle, honing in on how this feels. Just learning what's going on with our body. How do our hips feel? Once we get into our footwork portion, this hip mobility or flexibility is going to play a large role in our practice. And we'll talk about that at that time. But for right now, let's just warm up a couple more circles all the way around. Let's go the other direction a few times. Just finding that circle that feels good for your hips and your lower back. That's what we're working here. A couple more times all the way around. And then we have one more exercise for our warm-up. So coming all the way around. We'll even out our hips from side to side. Now pick up one foot and bring them together. Bending down, place your hands on your knees. Make sure that your lower back is relaxed. So we're not kinked out, lower back, relaxing down. And we're gonna make some small circles with our knees. So just little circles. A little bit goes a long way. Don't feel like you have to make these giant circles. Just tiny little circles to help find a little bit more movement through the knees and the ankles. Okay, let's go the other direction a few times. Nice big breath still. Our breath plays a role in how we feel, so we want to use it to our advantage. Let's do one more circle. Coming up, shake out the legs. Okay, before we close this session, we're going to take a few breaths, 20, 30 seconds, in our perfect posture. So this is the one thing that I want you to have seep into every part of your life. So be that while you're standing in a store, while you're standing at the sink brushing your teeth, or standing at the counter making dinner. Maybe you're hanging out with friends around a fire or at a barbecue. Becoming aware of how you stand and working on your posture is going to be the one thing that is going to change your entire life. So starting our Tai Chi practice with our great posture, or what we call is prepare. This is the movement we start in every form. The first thing we do is look down at our feet. Then we check in on our knees. Are they locked? Are they too bent? Or are they soft? So it's this point of lock, and then just a little bit. Next is checking in on that lower back area. So do you have a kink? Are you trying to tuck too much? Or are your hips finding this level position? This is what we're going for. We also want our shoulders to sink down, which seems kind of easy, but it's hard to do as we get through our Tai Chi practice. And then we also want to think about what's going on with our chest. If we are too lifted, energy and breath is going to be stuck up here. We want to think about letting our ribs sink down a little bit so we can relax. Chest is sinking in just a little bit, not too much, but not here so that energy is caught. We want to relax down a little bit. And then we have our head lifting up. So our head is gently lifting up like there's a string pulling you from above. And the last thing I'm going to mention is a little piece of fruit under your arms. This does not come from the wrists. It's imagining that right here there's a little piece of fruit so that energy can flow through the whole body. We're kind of opening through every joint. So as you lift up, we're reaching towards the sky and we let the chest sink in and the shoulders relax down. And we take a few breaths. Where's the weight in your feet? Is it centered from front to back and side to side? These are the things we want to take note of. Does this feel very different than how you normally stand? Because if you change this one thing, it will change your life. If you take nothing else from this beginner series, I want you to take awareness in how you stand throughout your daily life. I guarantee you it will make a difference. Let's take a few more breaths here. Maybe you can close your eyes, turn that focus inward. Maybe you can focus in on where you're breathing too. Are you feeling just the chest? Or can you let your belly soften and expand as you breathe, and then exhaling navel to spine? Two more big breaths, noticing how you feel. And then release. Let's bring those feet back together, and we close every session with an official salute. So we bring all the fingers together on our left hand. We're going to gently roll the right hand and tuck the thumb over the first two, bringing our fist with our palm. We salute. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you in the next session.